Hey guys, I'm Sdanwolf and welcome back to the channel. And don't forget, if you're new here, to hit that sub button and smash that little notification bell, bang, so you don't forget to, get the notification, ignore it, and then come back like a few hours later when it's convenient and really watch the video. So that kind of helps me out too. But yeah, we'll get to the exciting stuff first, and then the not so exciting stuff for me personally. I mean, really, is looking at the context of everything. There's some really exciting stuff happening. For me personally, that's a whole nother type of deal that I think Drew and I will talk about in the next podcast episode. But yes, we are getting, next Tuesday, April 16th, we are getting a brand new coaster, and they have themed it. They've done a recreation of Copperhead Strike, which is in Carowinds in North Carolina. So really, really awesome brand new coaster. This thing still has fresh paint dripping off of it. It is so new, and people have been having a lot of fun on it. They had a little bit of issues with it when it first opened up. I think they were running too many trains, and one part of their system appeared to be essentially kind of overheating, and but I think they dropped it back a train, and I don't think they've been having any issues since. So really, really interesting ride, fun little launch coaster, fits the park perfect. Something like this I think would have fit Dollywood perfect. But yeah, so we are getting this for free next Tuesday. This is a part of the free 1.11 update. And then of course, they didn't talk about any optimization or bug fixes, but all of that stuff always comes with the free update. But the other interesting part is we are actually getting a Classics ride pack, just kind of like Magnificent Pack, but it is going to be 9 classic rides, with one of those rides having some kind of different variation to it. So we'll kind of have to see as kind of like the week goes on. You know how they'll release little videos or little screenshots of the rides, and we'll just kind of have to see what they have in store with us. A lot of people are really, really excited about that. The one thing that I was really, really hyped this morning when this first come out, and I saw they were bringing in Copperhead Strike, and then I was kind of a little let down because when I started reading, Frontier sends out the little email talking about the update, and I know what I'm about to say, but no new scenery or theme items, it appears. So that, for my part of it, really kind of stinks. I was really, I guess it was kind of my fault. I was kind of getting hyped up I knew that, as far as the Magnificent Rides and stuff goes, that was the last pack. So I figured there may be some kind of theme-wise or scenery pack in this, but it doesn't look like that's the case. And it's like my buddy Berlin was saying, though, it's like Frontier can't really win with us, because if they put out an all scenery pack, everybody says, oh my god, we need all these flat rides. And if they put out a flat ride, you have people like me that are like, well, you're not going to give us any more scenery. And then you have the people in the middle that are like, that's why they gave us the TMTK. We're not going to get any more scenery packs. And I'm like, if the TMTK worked, I think how they hoped it would have worked, I could definitely see that argument. But I think we can all agree with the limitations on it and what the modelers essentially have to go through to put models onto the workshop, and how few of them there are, meaning we basically, what are there, 13 of them maybe? There's 13 people that are the core 3D model builders, and that's it. So there is really no, that's not a good argument to me that we have the Theme Maker Toolkit to take care of themes now. I mean, I've kind of said it from the beginning, they can't even make packs, really. If Leafy Scott or Deadeye Duck or Misread Nebula, Daddy Poe, one of them wants to put together a pack, even of walls, they have to do it in 12 or 13 different separate downloads, which seems to in turn slows down the actual game once you bring in more TMTK items. So that you don't know what you're talking about when you say that's what the Theme Maker's Toolkit is for. I'm here to tell you, I've got over 3,000 hours in Planet Coaster. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Now, if Leafy Scott could come in and say, okay, one download, I'm going to give you an Asian wall pack. And this will have all of my walls and the windows in it and the banisters and the stucco and the doors and the, you know, the corner pieces in one download. This is my pack. That would be different, but you have to download like 18 different separate things to essentially get one, like Blackman's Shadow, like his Ruin set. That all has to be downloaded individually. So I'm just saying it's not a good substitution yet for somebody's argument to be that's why Frontier is not going to put out any more scenery packs. And like I said, I would totally be bullshitting you guys if I said I wasn't disappointed and a little bummed out that we're not going to get actual Frontier assets and what the artists at Frontier are capable of. Like I said, I've said it before, nothing against the TMTK modelers, but those guys are doing it as a hobby. It can't compete with actual Frontier artists that are paid to essentially make these assets and programmers paid to put them in the game and make sure they work. And yeah, I just kind of think like I don't have a lot to do with this pack. Like the rides and stuff are awesome, and I'm sure they're going to show stuff. They're going to show flat rides and stuff this week that I'm sure we're going to be like, oh man, that is awesome. But for me, I mean, I don't really even place a lot of rides in my parks. Of course, give it, you know, a lot of you might say, well, yeah, because you're an idiot and you build parks that the guests can't even really use stuff in. So that may be true, but that is just what that's what the enjoyment from the game brings me. Not necessarily to see how many flat rides we can cram into this thing that I will literally never touch after like I do a little review video and look at them. So for the ride part of the people, I'm very, very excited for you guys. But for the theme and the scenery and the sandbox players that want to build recreations and, you know, wild fantasy parks like me, and just feeling kind of let down again. But like I said, I've kind of rambled on enough about this. Still excited for you ride guys. I feel let down with the scenery and the theming side of things, but that's just me. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to get a ton of use out of this pack, and I definitely never want to see, you are getting called out. If I see any of you talk about not having enough flat rides or not having enough rides out of this, I'm probably going to have to embarrass you in front of a bunch of people wherever you post that. So, no, I'm just kidding, but no, seriously, if I hear one of you whine about this game not giving us enough flat rides, I will lose my shit wherever I'm at. So, but anyways, guys, yeah, I'm Sdanwolf. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. I will cover some screenshots or whatever they decide to put out as the week goes on and kind of leading into next week. I might not do one every single night for every screenshot. I might let them build up a little bit and kind of give you another update at the end of the week. So that's my thoughts on it. Be on the lookout for mine and Beyond Drew TV's podcast episode 2, take 2. We might have HPK sit in with us, and we will kind of talk all this interesting stuff, what this kind of stuff means for the life cycle of Planet Coaster. How far are we from it not being supported anymore? As far as, you know, moving into the rest of 2019 and 2020, and you know, a lot of interesting stuff going down. So anyways, don't forget to smash that like button, and don't forget to come back and hang out with your old boy and see what we have to say about this stuff. And yeah, I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. See you guys.